Good morning, everyone. It's Primrose here, and today I brought out all of my figs for this video. So these plants are all belong to the Ficus family. So this one here is a Ficus elastica, the variegated version, commonly known as the rubber plant. So those ones there at the bottom are just bromeliads. I'm still in the process of filling up that space there. And then I have this Ficus lyrata, commonly known as the fiddle leaf fig. This is the dwarf version because the leaves are a lot smaller and more compact compared to the other one that has very large leaves. And lastly, I have the Ficus benjamina, the variegated and the green foliage version. So this is commonly called the weeping fig, and I would like to think it is because when you pinched or cut a stem or a leaf off, the sap just flows out as if the plant is hurting and the tears just flows out. I know it's a weird explanation. So what I wanted to talk about specifically today is the care of the variegated Ficus benjamina. It is such a graceful looking plant, and the twig like branches here are just so attractive. You can see that. So generally all ficuses have similar care requirements, except for one thing: the light requirements for the variegated one. Now all these plants do well in medium light, but if you are growing or thinking of getting a variegated version, like I have here, they do need some direct sunlight in order to retain the beautiful variegation and this sharp contrast of the coloring on the leaves. And the green foliage version, this one here, can tolerate some shade, and these plants thrive in a normally warm temperature, but they can be introduced to a wide range of temperature as long as the process is gradual, and the sudden drop or rise in temperatures, or just like an erratic fluctuations. Let's say if you have a room temperature at night which is 10 degrees, and the next day you have the room temperature of 25 degrees, it's not just the ficuses that will suffer, but your other house plants as well, because most of our indoor plants, the plants that we grow inside our home, are tropical or subtropical plants. Now in the winter time, you might notice that some of the leaves of the Ficus benjamina turns yellow and just fall off. It's completely normal. As long as you are providing proper care to this plant, you have nothing to worry about, because it will have some fresh growth in the spring. So let's move on to watering. Generally, they need moderate watering, which means only enough water to make the potting soil moist but not soggy. And how often? I think this is the part where you have to consider your climate. If you live in a place where you get constant sunshine, it's warmer, then you need frequent watering. And also the planters that you use. My experience with the plastic ones, they retain a lot of moisture compared to the terracotta pot. Uh, Terracotta pot takes in moisture, which helps water to evaporate quickly. So, but in general, always let the top half of the soil to dry out before watering again, because over watering can cause leaf burn, like this one here, or even for the leaves to just fall off. So let's go to feeding. I use a low nutrient liquid fertilizer every 2 weeks. I mean, it is always better to give less than to over fertilize them, as it could also burn the plant. And repotting is best done in the spring when just necessary. I mean, when you notice that the roots are coming out of the drainage hole, that is probably the best time to have the plant repotted. And propagation. So this pot here, I propagated the Ficus benjamina in sometime in the summer. So this is like a 2 months old plant, and it's doing very well. So I have a separate video of this one. I trimmed this back in the spring because it was cascading mostly on this side, because I was constantly away, so it's only this side that gets constant sunshine. Now if I turn this plant onto the other side, which you will see later, the growth here is a bit sparse, because this side was not getting enough sunlight, and also the bottom part of this side is a bit bare. So what I did is I cut off some stems, and I thought it would encourage more growth. And mostly I cut off the young stem and put them in a jar of water. And after 3 weeks, some roots started to come out, and it's the time when you wanted to put them in a potting soil. So that is all from me today from my garden, and Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.